everyone, my name is Mitchell.
I'm Skaji.
And we're here with Tea and Tarot at Books, Beans, and Candles for our monthly podcast thing. Yes. Technically it is, I guess, a video podcast, a virtual, however you want to put it. Again, this is, we do this right before we do our in-person Tea and Tarot, which starts at 6:30. Again, first Friday of the month.
What city are we in?
We're in Birmingham, Alabama. So, unfortunately, if you're not here in the city, then it might be a little difficult. But the surrounding Montevallo, Huntsville, you guys can always come down.
Yeah.
We have free tea. Although I guess we should have called it Tequila and Tarot today. So it's Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah. That'd be interesting readings anyway. Yeah. But so we got our Tea and Tarot tonight. We're going to do a couple spreads. Our cohort Stevie is out this evening, so it's going to be a little bit shorter one than we normally have.
Yep.
Upcoming events, I do believe, we got a psychic fair coming up in September. Late September. We've done it for 16 years. Long time. So we do this, and there'll be more information later about that in events.
Mm-hmm.
There is an intro to witchcraft on May 16th, so that'll be on Facebook Live as well. So if that's something you're interested in, it's a free thing we do as well, but the intro is on Facebook Live. That's the only time it's on Facebook, but give you an idea of the orientation, kind of what we're going to do and what you can expect. I believe you also got something you're thinking about coming up in.
I think I'm looking at doing my next workshop, Full Contact Tarot. It's a 6-hour intensive. Looking at doing that in August.
Okay, fantastic.
And there'll be more information on that on my Facebook page, Skaji Tarot.
All right, I think besides just our normal routine daily stuff, MCP on the fourth Thursday of the month, which is another podcast that we do. So please check that out, and we talk about different things. I know I keep saying this, and I'm getting geared up to do the TikTok thing.
Oh my goodness.
I know. But I want to do it like on, starting off with just doing different herbs. So once a week I'm going to pick a different herb and sort of talk about it and give a little, the magical and the medicinal qualities to it. So, keep it short, because TikTok's got to be pretty short. I know I don't do a whole lot on TikTok, but I'm trying, time. All right, so let's talk about what we're going to do tonight. Mine is going to be on the Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse, which is today, May 5th. So I'm going to do my spread based on that. So for you, those Scorpios out there, yeah, it's been a day. So it's not over yet. And we're in Mercury retrograde on top of it. So, yay, all the things. All right, so I'm going to be using the Tarot Grand Deluxe. Never used this deck before. I just opened it. Or actually, Skaji opened it for me. Get a knife.
Never do anything with a knife.
Well, that's my pocket. You had one. I was like, let you do it. All right, so if you haven't seen this deck, that is the back, and I can't see it, and that's going to be the card front. And of course, we got the split screen now, so we can lay them down so you can see, get the Sky Cam, Tarot Sky Cam. You should probably put a little flashing label, a little sign, Sky Cam. All right, so the way this spread is going to work is it's a 6-card spread, and the first card is going to be, what message does the full moon eclipse have for me? Second card is, what am I being called to release in my life? So much. What unexpected change or endings will the eclipse bring? Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. How can I welcome the transformation in my life? Probably with a very, a Kevlar helmet might be a good idea, body armor. Or the tequila, good point. And what form will this transformation take? And the last card is, how do I make the most of this full moon eclipse energy? Duck and cover?
Run
away, yeah. All right, so let's do this. All right, so here we go. We're going to put that one right there, and so you can see it. See that. You can see that one. You can see that one. And I'm going to do these guys just like, dun. Actually, you know what? That's going to be a problem. We're going to have to move that.
We can just slide everything this way.
Or we can just slide everything that way. Yeah, that's a reach for me. There we go. All right. So our first card, What message does this full moon eclipse have for me? I'm almost scared to flip it over. All right. So here we have wands, and we have the five of wands reversed. So really end of struggles. Of course, if you guys can see that, you should be able to see that card, nice and easy there. It's got conflict. There's that five, but it is in the reverse state. In this case, it is going to be resolving those conflicts. So the message is resolve your damn conflicts is what I pick up from that.
You want to take a step back.
Yeah. Take a look what you got.
And that wands is that that fire element. That's often the energies of change itself. But it's another way of looking at it is the concept of will. So if we're stepping back from conflict, that could indicate reassessing our own bullheadedness.
Yeah. We are in Taurus right now. All right. I'm going with that's the Page of Swords. So what am I called to be released in my life?
Birds.
Pages. Yeah, apparently birds. I'm okay with that.
The-
I know, we definitely, like I said, I've never used this deck before. Definitely more the, Herald, truly more the pagey look. I always still look at these as bringing, messages, new opportunities, because they're the youth, right? The Page is the younger, not the knight yet. So it's the new beginnings, new opportunities. And if it's a sword, then of course it's an air sign, and it's our mental approach cards, right? It's our communication, how we look at things mentally. So if this is what I'm being called to release in my life, then it definitely is, maybe how we think things are. Here's opportunity for me to release some, how we mentally approach things, how we set in our ways, mentally how we think, view things, our viewpoints, I guess the best way to put it.
And I often see the pages as sort of the teenagers of the tarot deck. So there's a sense of impulsiveness and things like that. So I would read this also as the thing to release is that snap judgment.
Definitely, and it's again sort of take that step back, and instead of being impulsive and quick to react, it's definitely take that moment and go, let's take a moment and think about this, before we speak. It's count to three.
It's definitely not hold my beer, watch this.
Yeah, definitely not. And of course, the other one is what unexpected change or endings will the eclipse bring? Another sword, and that looks like the Queen. Okay, well that's interesting. Endings of the sword, the Queen of Swords, manipulation.
And she's reversed, and in this deck she looks a lot happier and approachable than in a lot of decks with the Queen of Swords.
Right.
But she does have that sword held up in front of her.
Yeah, definitely guarded, and definitely. Of course, when I see that reverse, instead of having the happiness and the willingness to help or that forward, it's the unwillingness, it's the manipulation. It's definitely sharp-tongued individual there.
And another thing that's in this card, I believe that's a peacock down here. So we've got all of these eyeballs, often seen as the legend of the Argus being turned into the peacock, the guy with all the eyeballs.
Right.
So maybe taking that different perspective and seeing things in a new way.
Right. All right. So let's look at how can I welcome the transformation into my life. Well, we need to drink more. I'm good with that. 9 of Cups. Well, this is interesting because it's definitely different, because often I see the person sitting in front of the cups or with the cups, not actually partaking of the cup. And here this person is feeling good and he's drinking. So how to welcome the transformation? Get drunk. That's what I know. It's embrace it.
And it's got that emotional stuff. So it's we had a lot of air things in here, which we often in our society differentiate emotional and rational. We think the mind is rational, but this is more kind of maybe not overindulge, but dip into that emotional side of things. And the figure almost looks like Boromir.
Yeah, it does.
But he's
feeling good.
He's in a tavern. He's in a warm, comfy place.
Nice.
So be in a safe place and bring that kind of
And
dip into the emotional
and
side.
he's
of
got
things.
9 cups of, mead or whiskey, or hopefully just mead, because man, that was whiskey, you'd be down on the table.
Yeah.
It definitely has that. I'll look at that card for the first time. Yeah, he's feeling good. I can't quite see what his hand down here is holding.
His belt.
His belt. Yeah, you're gonna need to after drinking all that. But definitely feeling better. You're right. He has that tab, that warmth of a pub. All right. So embrace it. Indulge it. So what form will this transformation take? Let's first look at this one. Oh, the full reverse. Yay. Hey, let's go across the desert because that's a good idea.
So a lot of times the Fool comes as a what is that? The Fool is a
King.
Represents spontaneity
Right.
and openness and new adventures, but as a reversed card.
Reckless.
But I laughed for a couple of reasons, and one of which was seeing this card and thinking of it as a reversed card. I was remembering in the original Lion King movie and Rafiki with his stick, where he kept bopping Simba on the head until Simba got it.
Yes.
And that's kind of how what form will a transformation take if we're not careful? Rafiki's going to hit his head with a stick over and over.
Yeah. Definitely a lot more chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at that as how it's going to take. It's going to be probably a little more chaotic. Because that's how it's going to take. So, and then our final card is how do I make the most of the full moon energy eclipse? Did I say duck and cover? Wow, the 8 of Cups. So, that's interesting. Because this guy's leaving that all behind. He's walking out the door.
And it's almost like these two cards are working in reverse, because normally we'd go 8, 9.
Right.
So he's left the empty cups behind and maybe gone to the new place. But in this case, he's done it. He's been there. He's been in it, and now he's stepping away.
Yep. So how do I make the most of full energy eclipse energy? Be willing to step away. To leave those cups behind.
The stuff that doesn't serve.
Yep. Okay. That was my spread, guys, and again, that was the Tarot Grand Deluxe. All right.
And at some point in the next few days, I'll be posting these to the shop's Facebook page and my Facebook page, Stevie's Facebook page, so you'll get to see these spreads.
All the spreads.
And mine is a different theme. I'm actually recycling one we did 2 years ago, 2021, based on a popular science fiction movie that's been in the memes the past couple of days.
Which one?
Well, that would be Star Wars.
Oh God, yeah. Sorry, I was like, may the fourth be with you in this the fifth revenge.
Revenge of the Fifth. Revenge of the Fifth. Yep.
Yeah. Revenge of the Fifth.
So anyway, this one is based on a big furry character that I'm a fan of. It's the Chewbacca spread. I kind of see him as sort of.
Is that like the Chewbacca defense?
Well, I see him as sort of the Han's spirit guide.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what
or his moral code.
his moral compass.
Yes, there you go.
So I'm using the Bauer deck, and it's from the 20s or 30s, based on the art of John Bauer. It's nice, odd little deck. Got some Scandinavian feel to it. But this is a 5-card spread, and 1, 2. So this first card here is the topic. It's the significator. It's the subject of the reading, and the
One of Wands.
Ace of Wands. This card here is the I call it Laugh It Up Fuzzball. It's that card's calling us out on our crap. This card is for support and comfort. That's Wookiee hugs. This one is Trouble with Your Droid. That's the advice for putting things back together. I don't care what you smell. This is subtle warnings or advice. So we have the Ace of Wands reversed as the topic. The Ace of Wands is normally that inspiration, light a fire.
I swear, I fixed it.
So in this case, the subject of the message might have to do with the things that spark our interest, or the things that we're driven to do.
Yeah.
Maybe the subject should be reconsider.
Yeah.
In that case.
Definitely going to take longer if we don't.
And here we have the Knight of Pentacles.
Yep.
And the what we're called out for. So the Knight of Pentacles, and the way that I read the Knights, I read them as associated with air. So this is the air of Earth, and this is almost being too rigid in thought, because that Earth element is often slow.
Right.
We often see that in the cards, that those Knights are not quick to move. But as a reversed card, I see that as a rigidity of thought.
Definitely.
And I personally can be that way. I can.
Well, and I can also see in Laugh It Up Fuzzball, it's sort of like, it's that challenge, it's that hurdle you got to try to get over, and it's like you're looking at it going, whoa, that's really tall. it's like, and the Wookiee, laughing, going, yeah, you thought it was going to be easy. It's like, well, this is a lot bigger. That's not a planet, and that's not a station.
It's not a moon.
It's like, holy shit, that's huge. All right.
And for support and comfort, we have the Three of Pentacles. And in this deck, it's got a lovely little scene. And it doesn't have the artist feel to it. It almost has that sense of adoration, but because we got the little character here, sort of.
It's definitely different.
But that Three of Pentacles as that process, that's return to that Earth element, return to comfort.
Right.
Find something that brings peace.
Yeah. Negotiate it. You're having to barter, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
To make it, because it looks like are they bringing gifts?
No, I think they're waiting in line. They've taken a number.
Yeah.
Because this little fella here, he's holding a shoe.
Is he giving her a shoe?
It's almost like this Cinderella story.
Yeah, it's like I can't go there like here to maybe they're bringing it's that bartering, that negotiating kind of aspect to it.
But it really feels like a self-care kind of card overall. And here we have the Star. And with the Star, this is the Trouble with Your Droid card.
It's reversed too.
So I see the Star as often a card of finding a direction, finding a path, finding something that helps guide us.
The guidance of it, and the nurturing into that aspect too. I always see that. Of course, this one though, I definitely look more into this deck definitely has more that guidance, vibe to it, and he's riding a horse, and the horse is hopefully leading him to the right spot.
But as a reversed card, it could be maybe don't be in a hurry to rush off.
Yeah.
Don't be in a hurry to change tack.
Yeah, you might want to pack your bags before you jump
Yeah,
on the horse.
because you're always going to forget stuff.
Yeah.
And that final card is the one I don't remember. I don't care what you smell. This is subtle advice or warnings, and here we have the Six of Swords, and in this one, her footprints are red in the snow. It has that. It's like a tough journey.
Yeah, definitely not so much like the guidance. The unseen force is pushing us. In this case, it's through the elements. It's through that snow and a little bit of suffering there.
Mm-hmm.
And pushing ourselves through a harder time.
And and that could be that that advice to
doesn't matter what it doesn't matter how hard it is.
It's gonna suck, but
it's gonna suck, but
keep walking.
You'll keep walking. Yeah, definitely. Cool. Nice spread. Nice cards.
And that's the Chewbacca spread for May the 5th.
Yes. Revenge of the 5th. Yeah, Revenge of the 5th. I can't remember that. Well, guys, it's a short one tonight. So just because we don't have Stevie here. So thank you for joining us. Again, this is Tea and Tarot at Books, Beans, and Candles in Birmingham, Alabama. And my name is Mitchell.
I'm Scotty.
And we're some of the readers here. 2 of the 5. And so if you ever decided to want a reading, we're here. You can always come in and see us. We'll take care of you. Skaji's got a class maybe in August we're looking at, doing full contact terror, and of course the psychic fair is not far behind that.
No, September.
So September. So thank you guys very much for joining us, and we'll see you hopefully tonight. And if we don't, we'll see you next month.
Next month.
Have a great day.
Safe journeys.
Safe journeys.